Welcome for the fourth and final video in this installment. We're going to be talking about compound interest. Just as a reminder, we're talking about the 10 core principles that you need to go from nothing to millions in the game of real estate. You don't understand these foundational principles, you're going to be lost. So I'm here to help show you the way. And compound interest, this is number 9 of 10 principles that I'm going to be teaching you. And here in this video, I just want to start by telling you right now, some of this stuff, some of you don't really like math a whole lot, and that's not going to be a great decision. I'm going to invite you to fall in love with these principles. When I was brand new, this stuff was confusing as anything. And sometimes I'd be confused for like a year before I could finally straighten it out. I hope that I can be a better teacher than the one that I had, which I didn't really have one, so that I can really help you get this a whole lot faster. So today we're going to talk about compound interest. Why do you need to understand this in the game of real estate? Well, let me ask you, do you want to make $100,000 or do you want to make millions of dollars? Well, if you want to make millions of dollars, you need to understand this principle. So number one, I need you to get that even though we see and hear about people doing deals like I just did this deal and I made $130,000 and I did this other deal and I made $250,000. And sometimes we just perseverate on these deals that we hear about, these stories, and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make all this money overnight. It's going to be awesome. I want to help you understand something. If real estate works and it makes you lots of money, would you stop what you're doing? This is one of the errors that I've made, and this is one of the errors that I know many people make. You do something that works and then you stop doing it. Why do that? All of your growth and compound interest stops when you do that. Let me explain compound interest. If I buy a home, and let's just say for a moment that I buy it, I have money in a 401k or IRA, and I put a 20% down payment. So let's just say I put $35,000 of my money in this house, but 5 years goes by. And in that course, that 5 years, I'm able to sell this home and I make a $70,000 profit. Now, by the way, can you see that 35,000 times 2 is 70 grand? If in 5 years I made 100% return on my money, you want to back up this video and make sure you understand what I'm saying, because this is basics, friends. I doubled my money. I did it in 5 years. That means that 100%, because I made 100% on my money, divided by 5 years is 20% every year. So check this out. I doubled my money, and now, because I've sold my home, I'm going to replace it for what? 2 new homes. This home's going to be bought with my original money that came out, but this home's going to be bought with my $35,000 of profits. So how much money have I put in the game so far? Only 35, but I don't have 1 home now. I have what? I have 2. Now, 5 years goes by, and I sell those homes, and I use the money to now buy how many? 4. My $35,000 goes in one of them. My profits from this home, and this home buy this home, and this home. I now have 4 homes with the same $35,000. Let's just say when I sell all of these, what I'm left with is $150,000, and I started with 35, we could figure out what our return is. 35, 70, 105, 140. I've made a huge amount of money on what I originally started with. The growth curve, I'll do it in a different color, looks something like this. A little is turning to more, is turning to more. Now imagine if I could just fast forward and start with 150 grand instead of 35. Then in 5 years, that might turn into 300. 5 more years, it turns into 600. And that's just one part of compound. All you're doing is making your money produce a track record for you. Once you have a track record, trust me, when you've done several deals, you're going to get that nosy neighbor, that good friend, a family member that knock on the door. Hey, I see you've been doing this. I got some money. Can you help me do the same? And when they ask that, if you've got a system and you've learned how to do this, what might you say to them? You would say yes. And all of a sudden, you're now getting your money growing like this, but you're going to go buy a couple more homes with them, and you got the exact same thing happening, and their 2 become 4, and their 4 become 8, and all of a sudden your growth curve looks like this, and you're achieving what you want faster. And then you have more track record, and then you get 2 or 3 more partners, and before you know it, your growth record, now all of a sudden it's like, wow, I'm on track to get where I want to be in 20 years. Uh-oh, I brought on partners, it's going to be 12 years. Man, I brought in more partners. It's going to be 8 years. I brought in more partners. It's going to be 4 years. How I retired in 4.5 years is because I understood the game of compound interest. It is what Einstein called in mathematics and finance. He says it's the most important principle that's ever been conceived of. And don't just know it, live it, experience it, have this experience. How would you do that? Well, there's a couple of things you can do. First, hopefully I've given you enough information that you're comfortable to go out there right now and just, friend, get out there and make that first deal happen. Go make it happen. Like, take action on your life. If you're sitting here and you're saying, Kris, I don't know if I know enough yet. I don't know all your 10 principles. I would like to actually have a mentor. I want someone to have my back. I need help. Well, for you, you're going to want to click the link and actually learn about how you can get just that. You can get all of my principles, and you can also get the hand holding that you're looking for so that you can go out there and freaking crush it in real estate. Most importantly, never allow knowledge or the lack of money or resources to keep you from doing something. Get the knowledge, get it quickly, and then take action on it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this 4-part video series on 4 of the 10 principles. Man, there's so much more to share on it, so make sure you get your hands on my 10X real estate course if you haven't already. If you have it and you've watched it, then you know that what I'm telling you is really important. You now understand the basics and the foundation so you can go out there and start crushing it in real estate. Thank you so much for watching this. Make sure that you are a subscriber, because guess what's happening tomorrow, baby? I got another video coming your way designed to help empower you, strengthen you, develop the mindset, the wealth that's going to allow you to live as limitless a life as possible. Take care.